Good morning, or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Twisted Thursday. I'm VS Speaks Royally. If it's your first time here, welcome to channel members. Welcome, Hilda. I see you out there. So yes, midwife. I'm sitting in my chair, dancing away and snapping my fingers. It gets me hyped for the show. This one in particular, yeah, I didn't want to wait till Saturday. Hello to everybody that's coming in for all of the trash time. So I only have a small amount of time with you all. But I wanted to try to get into as much as I can. I know some of you are ready to unleash. So consider this my gift to you. All right, let me behave myself. Oh, good. I'm glad other people are dancing with me, midwife. I'm glad to hear that. So just some more good mornings and hellos. All right, so I'm just going to get this out. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right, and let me come down here. And it's your favorite time. Trash time! Trash time! Trash time! So yes, it is that time. It is trash time. But before we really get into the nit and grit and dirt of it all, I did want to say congrats to Harry on Spare being again on the bestseller, New York Times bestseller list. Haters, eat your heart out. Okay. All right, now on to trash time. Where do we begin? Okay, so I have these in somewhat of an order. So just roll along with me. So there was this article that I see, and it's Princess Diana didn't want Harry to follow in William's footsteps, according to her former butler. I'm so sick of this man, I don't know what to do. But anyway, I had to click on it because I was like, what is he talking about now? Because one moment they're saying one thing, he doesn't know Diana. And now he's saying, Diana didn't want him in following in Harry's footsteps. So we famously know Diana did not want Harry to go to Eton, kind of let him forge his own path. But this idiot was saying that, that's the other thing. This idiot is saying in the article that the reason why Diana didn't want him to is because, almost like Harry couldn't keep up, academically, et cetera, et cetera. So my middle finger's up, but you can't see that. Be glad. To the butler, yes, because he's a tart in itself. But they are also rewriting the narrative for Space and his incandescent rage. So the incident that happened when Harry went to Prince Philip's funeral and Space attacked Harry. Now it seems that CT, who's part of the Rota, and those of you who are hardcore squad, know who CT is. Her name shall not be dropped unless it's part of the hashtag. Okay, so she's rewriting things now. So his narrative is being rewritten. And it's disgusting because to kind of cheer domestic violence, if you put your hands on someone, that's domestic violence. And it's not in a loving manner. I just don't get it. It's not like you're tussling for a piece of paper or give me that, button or pen or whatever you have in your hand. This was like hands around neck and throw you down and all that stuff. So now CT has written, moreover, far from seeming cold and unfeeling, William's desperate collar-grabbing bid to get through to Harry during that dog bowl disagreement showed just how much he just how much love he has for his little brother. It made him look edgy, which is not an adjective many people use about the cosplay in space. So that's a bunch of malarkey. I'll be nice. I won't say the choice words that I really want to lace into, but it was what it was, and it was violent. So we can't allow them to rewrite the narrative. Yeah, and we'll leave it at that. Okay, so one person's writing, oh, how edgy space is. Okay, let somebody edge him upside his head and see how he likes it. And will we call it, how much love one is showing him? Oh, okay. But anyway, and then another one shows how he's so upset. So he's still angry. He's an angry bird. Okay. Or angry egghead. Yeah. So things haven't really chilled out. Yeah, sure, King Charles wants calm. It doesn't appear that he's really running things. It seems spaces and has been for a very long time. But that's my personal opinion. Okay. Just by the crazy headlines. So we did see, no surprise, that the Boston trip cost the city, I think it's over $170,000, just over. But I like how the Boston Herald call it a royalty check. Oh, yeah. So shade on Boston Herald, shade on. But it was, it's being picked up and all that fun stuff. And while the city should not, and the state of Massachusetts should not be surprised. I mean, come on. Y'all gave the okay for that to happen. So, yeah. Anyway, that was for the Earth shot project. Yeah. So I see cosplay is trying to cosplay hard, and they're even writing headlines about it. The single white female, and if you've never seen the movie, you should, so you understand the reference. This cosplaying has to stop. So I saw this. Oh, and they're just so proud of it. Kate's rebranding masterclass that may finally see off Meghan. She's been rebranding since the moment she was announced as his girlfriend or fiance. She's been rebranding. So we're going back at least 20 years because I think they've been married at least 10 or 11 or whatever. Yeah. So she's rebranding again. I don't care what outfit she wears. She just could never. She could never. And a masterclass. She needs a masterclass on speaking legibly. Clearly, with confidence. Before she needs to worry about the clothing. Although I guess that's all she is. It's just a hanger. Okay. But what I love is that someone on Twitter, Squatty, had put this article and this from the TIG side by side. Meghan, back when she had the TIG, put, "I'm not interested in competing with anyone. I hope we all make it." Someone should send that to cosplay and maybe put it in whatever language that she can understand, like for a 2-year-old, maybe. I'm just saying. And yeah, we'll roll with that. So, I saw this and I laughed. We're starting this bull crap again. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle leave USA to move back to UK. I didn't even click on this. I just took a screenshot because I was like, I don't know what drugs these people are smoking, but it's good. It's some good stuff. I don't want any of it because actually it seems to have melted brains. But hey, it is what it is, right? Now, hopefully you're still following along with me because there is a lot and I'm trying to get to, and I have about, 15 so minutes to go. Back when I wanted to show this next article in that the squatties circled the little issues, but also to show the smear, because a lot in the rota want to say there's no smear. There was never any. Meghan was always welcome, but there was a true smear campaign. So I like to show every so often different examples. So this one, get cross. Meghan Markle makes another faux pas after crossing her legs again, meters away from Kate's perfect Duchess slant. So if we look in the front row, number one, QE2, that's how far back we're going. QE2 is sitting in the front row, as is the current consort, who isn't slanted a damn bit in her legs. Neither one of them. Okay, but if you look in the next row behind cosplay, so where my cursor is, it's right behind the person sitting between. So it's Princess Anne. She has her legs crossed. Oh, she doesn't have a Duchess slant. But I guess Duchesses are supposed to sit that way. But Diana was a princess and she sat with a slant. So I just wanted to show that although Meghan was sitting pretty much like the queen and the consort, this is where Meghan always caught negative headlines for the littlest and silliest shit. Okay, that's my one. They're still working on how to keep Meghan from going to the coronation, but I don't think they have to work too hard, because I don't think either one of them are going. They seem to be, from the headlines that I keep seeing, wanting Harry to be there, which is scary in itself. But I'm sure they'll double and triple up on security for their family back in Montecito if he goes by himself. Anyway, so this is what I affectionately call pub humpgate. If you've read Space, you understand what I'm talking about. Some idiot that wasn't named in the book is coming out saying, I'm the one that humped Harry behind the pub in the grassy area when he was underage. I say underage. Everybody else wants to say he was of the age of consent. You make up your mind. He wasn't 18. Okay. So she's saying, now again, he didn't give any description of the person. He didn't name the person. Obviously, that person wasn't important to name and go through all the hoopla for legalities. But, you know, she wants her 15, 20 minutes of fame. And yeah, anyway, look how young Harry looks in this picture. Maybe they need to be thinking of charges. Okay. Maybe that's why he didn't mention you. I saw this and laughed. So the Archbishop of Canterbury is just doing his job. Prayers for the king. Moving on. All right. So we've all heard. The members got some of these screenshots the other day that SM has served papers to, I forgot the legal term, but basically she wants to have depositions done of Meghan, Harry, I guess her dad, her daughter that she didn't raise, and TM. So I just was grabbing some of the headlines that I saw on it. You know, Meghan Markle faces race against time in Samantha Markle lawsuit. So the one thing that SM is doing is paper, inundating the legal team with paper. So you file this, you file that, you file this, you file that. And each of these have different timelines, deadlines. Grifters do this when they're trying to really slide right on in and get some money from somebody, because, you know, of course, if you miss a deadline, then it could be found in favor. The person could get a judgment in their favor. So, yeah. Now, what she's suing her for, which I found laughable, is from the Oprah interview. For those that aren't in squad, for the Oprah interview back in 2021 that was aired, you know, Meghan just discussed, I think she was asked about a relationship, and She basically said, I don't have one, yet with my older siblings, dad, etc. So I think that's as much as she said. Now, in the docuseries, if you've watched it, she said basically the same thing, but what Samantha is suing, she's saying she was an only child. No, Megan said she was raised as an only child. There is a difference. So while the judge did not dismiss, the other day there was, a motion to dismiss. That didn't happen. The judge has now said that, depositions can move forward. And so that will happen. But the headlines, they're just, you can tell the US versus the UK headlines. This one I loved. I thought BuzzFeed hit it right out the park. Meghan Markle's biggest troll is her sister. I mean, you can't see let me see if I take the banner off, if it shows you that. Yeah, is her half sister, Samantha. That hit it right out the park, because that's the only headline that should ever be printed. Now, hopefully Megan's team produces all of the video from every interview she's done on TV, produces every article that she's mentioning, produces, just the horrendous tweets. Christopher Boozy can provide her that, because he did identify her as one that is part of that whole online smear campaign. So she's suing for defamation. It's just laughable, but that's the grifter in her. And, just how her daughter described, I believe, yeah, there is some mental issues there, but neither here nor there. Not a professional, just saying, just by looking at from the outside in. So this is a page hard to read, but I brought it in. It was just a page from the filing, and here it's just saying how, we're going to move to having depositions. Now, the laughable part, which I love, is that, and I love that someone, Squatty, thank you, had succinctly put this in a tweet. The Markle versus Markle. Now, mind you, Samantha changed her name when the engagement took place. So Markle versus Markle is set to have a hearing on February 15th, 2023. It is to hear Meghan's, again, a motion to dismiss. No recording and no photos, as this would be done via Zoom. So for those of us who have been in this, the trenches, so to speak, this is truly a way of trying to get Meghan into court, which didn't happen in the UK. I doubt it would even happen now. Prayerfully, the judge will dismiss with prejudice that will then cut off the half-sister from even having any other way of filing any more silly cases, frivolous as it's termed. So one of the things that I did see, if the depositions do move forward, it wouldn't be in person. So if she has this mindset of, I'm going to have her come into court, and you can't force somebody to come into court. Not nowadays. It'll probably be done via Zoom. I mean, that's what a lot of these preliminary, the judge wanted discovery to move forward. So as part of discovery is the deposition. So, I do hope that Meghan's legal team, if it does happen, because I think it's after the 15th that it would be scheduled. They're trying to scramble to have them done beforehand, but that's just next week. So I don't see that happening. That the Meghan's legal team does ask SM, because it can be asked, who is funding your legal battle? Who's funding this lawsuit? Because it can show intent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But more to come. We will watch. We will listen. We will see what happens. I see one of them didn't come in, but it was just showing the clip from the actual, I guess it's Pacer screen that gave more of the description, and then someone just took the exact information and put it into a tweet. So that's all the information I have. We have about, 7 minutes or so that I can hang out with you. And I see I have over 100 and some odd comments. So I'm gonna skip a lot. Hey Marshar, I just see your name as I'm scrolling. Annie. Please don't take offense if I do not, see your particular tweet, but just know, love you. Thank you for commenting. Church Nelly, so a man who beats his wife really loves her. Yeah, exactly. And this, Annie, that hashtag, yes. Yes, and yes. So, sorry, but William does not love Harry. William is jealous of Harry. And I feel that he, Space feels that Harry's not in his place. His place is to be behind. Yes, to be behind Space. Not do anything in life that is better than the small cottage they had him living in, which they tried to make it sound, kind of fab with being called a bachelor pad. It wasn't even that. Where he didn't even stand up. He didn't have closet. Anyway, you know what I mean. Harry's living life. He ain't, what? Go back to the UK? Yeah. What they're taking is potent and powerful. So yeah. Boston should send the bill. Well, they should. Hopefully they do. Again, they came empty-handed. You know darn well if security is going to cost, especially if they have to provide additional security than what they came with. Yeah, I'm sorry. But you should pay for your damn trips. Okay. Because we know if this was the other way around, we've seen those headlines. Oh, it cost them how much to have Harry and Meghan when they went into New York. So yeah. Let's see. This September, those people make me sick. Harry said what he said, and why would Space tell Harry not to tell Meghan? Yeah, exactly. Because we know it wasn't love behind that. Marshawn, instead of getting an edge up on his head, his head really should have shaved that bird's nest off and go full bald. It'd be improvement. Well, it'll only somewhat improve the outside. It's that inner core that he needs to work on big time. Okay. Tears, since when beating someone is edgy, and it shows how angry this guy. They need to stop with their shit. Yeah, they do. Church Nelly, Meghan needs to do what Laura Ingalls did to Nellie Olson. Now you have aged yourself, but I do remember that. And Nellie deserved every bit of what she got, but I'm just, okay. Not that I condone that type of behavior, but I'm just saying. All right. Oh, the dogs are fighting again, or playing, I should say. Lydia, look direct out the closet of the Duchess of Sussex coping. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of sick. The cosplaying that's going on. God, this poor woman is obsessed with Meghan and her fashions. But yet, if Meghan went back, would she be? That's the whole thing. Would she go back to her dress codes? And the other drab, dated looks that she wore? It's just weird. I mean, you wait until she leaves. You harp on her fashion when she was there. You wait till she leaves and start dressing like her and then get praised. It is the clear smear and othering of Meghan that we've been talking about. So, let me see. They can't mention Slim and Dim without Meghan. That is so true. Let me see what y'all are saying down here about this crazy lawsuit. Lydia, I'm surprised she did not try to drag Oprah in this. They got Christopher Boozy. Does she really want to mess with Christopher and his data? Which I don't even see how. Anyway, compel. How they can try to compel these people who, if you're suing Meghan for defamation, what do these other people have to do with it? in all actuality. And then for the things you want Meghan to say, like the Queen, who's now dead, is not racist, and King C3 is not racist. Could that be who's funding all this? Could that be it? Because it's kind of odd that suddenly you want her to state that the Queen's not racist, and they've already said that. They didn't talk about the pigment. They didn't say anything. Meghan had a very close relationship out of the scope of the cameras and the courtiers with the Queen. That's been stated over and over again. So, yeah. But hey, you know, Tia, I would like to know who's funding. Yeah, a lot of people want to know who's funding SM's legal battle, because generally for this type of suit, attorneys want to put upfront fee because they're not trying to be stuck in the end with nothing, and then the client is probably going to be compelled to then pay for the legal fees of the other person. So I hope that does happen. That she will have to then pay for the legal fees of Meghan. Yeah, make that happen. Lydia, I just pray that the 15th it is dismissed. Yes, but if we all, you know, people are in a tizzy, just understand how the legal process can work, especially when there's continual filings, and it's just, you know, you can somehow grift into a settlement if that legal team misses a deadline by a day. There is no, oops, judge, we're sorry. We know that it's, you know, 2 a.m. and this filing should have been in before midnight to meet the deadline. No. And actually, you need to get it there before the courts close to really meet the deadline. So, you know, but we know Meghan has a top-notch team. Sadly, it's costing her money, more money than she needs to be spending on such a silly thing. But I have faith that it will work out for her in the end. I mean, she's even trying to compel, like I said, the daughter that she didn't raise. Do you really want her to, you think it's going to turn out for you? Like the mental hopscotch that's going on in that woman's head is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Kids, SM is just as an evil, jealous older sibling whose younger sister has the beautiful, who has the beauty and class she didn't inherit. Well, I mean, she could have if she didn't have, you know, she partied hard from what it's been said on the streets. I'm just saying. Yeah, the stuff that she has said about Meghan, I mean, that's defamation. That's slander. Your younger sister chose to ignore you. And I have seen the continual comments and tweets from people who either were the older sibling of more than 10 years or the younger one who, you know, was raised with the older siblings gone. Basically, the younger sibling was raised as an only child because they were the only ones in the house. Hello. And let me throw this out there in case, you know, SM is listening or comes across this. Pictures of you with your younger sibling here and there, because I saw 4 pictures. If those are the only 4 pictures you have, that's not closeness. I don't even know how you can compel a court to rule that you had a close relationship. It makes no sense because closeness is subjective. It's not objective. It's subjective to the person. It's very individual. What one person may feel is closeness, another may not. I guess you speaking to your sister every 10 years is closeness, but it really isn't. And could you pick up your phone now and dial her number? I doubt it because you probably don't have it. So just drop the madness, please. Woo! Drop the madness. Okay, keeping track of my time. All right, I'm going to have to get off here shortly. Yeah. I'm seeing all your comments. I went on a little too. Thank you. Okay, and now whatchamacallit? Kuja is about to start up. All right. Lorna, Mrs. VS, you cannot win a libel suit over someone's feelings. If Megan felt that she was raised as an only child, the judge cannot rule against her First Amendment rights. That right there. Thank you, Lorna. It's a frivolous case. Prayerfully, it's dismissed on the 15th next week with prejudice to then stop SM from trying to file any additional things, that it's just tossed. This is just preliminary. It's not even in a courtroom. And I can tell by some of the UKers that are writing articles, they have no clue what happens in the US legal system. So when we see things, don't get too upset. Just kind of, I mean, we had a good time in the members section laughing about this, but it is what it is, you know. Lydia, she's trying to abuse anyone who is favorable to Meghan. I'm shocked. Yeah, well, I'm not even going to mention, because he probably will show up and be all in the biz and this and that and this and that. Okay, I did see that I had a super sticker, I think. Oh gosh. Alice, thank you. This is for you. I did not want the stream to end without saying thank you. You're making it rain, 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 rain down on me. Thank you so very much. Okay. I hope I didn't miss anything else. Because I know I've skipped a lot of comments, but I just wanted to bring a little bit of trash time a little early, of like a full segment of it. I wish we could go on a little longer, but I really do have a hard stop. If I've missed something else, Church Nelly, just let me know in the members section, and then I'll make it up to everybody. But please be safe out there. Thank you all. Thank you for joining the live stream. Please take care of yourself. Please continue to wear your mask. Please be safe out there. Bye, everybody.